Hello everyone, this is Sharon Creations by Carrie. It's Carrie. Happy New Year! This is my first video of 2024. I hope you had a good Happy New Year. Didn't get too liquored up or anything, but still had fun. Oops, I had a piece of dog fur in the way. I dropped my phone, so I cracked my screen cover. So there was some dog fur on it. Because there's always dog fur everywhere. Today I plan to show you how I do a mug with my new Cricut press, mug press. One of the ladies, I want to say Lucy, but might be Diane too, that asked if they would said that they would like to see a mug done. This is only my third one, so I'm nowhere near a pro. The first thing you gotta do is design your image on Cricut, cut it out, and then weed out everything that you want the image to be. So there's a little bad word in there, but this is the images that I chose. This would be, if I'm right-handed and taking a sip, this is what you'll see. And if I'm left-handed, you'll see this. So when I take a sip, you see this, and I see this when I pick my cup up. So how you put it on is the ink infused paper will go on the cup, which is why it's curled. As you can see, it's curled that way. So it makes it super difficult to wrap. The videos that I've watched, they must have done them a ton of times, because you're going to see a rookie who struggles, and they make it look super easy. And I'm not finding it super easy yet. But one of the things that you have to do is, with your mug, is you have to hit it with a lint roller. It supposedly cleans it. So you just take your lint roller and run it over your cup. This thing moving. And I'm going to turn my press on so it will heat itself up while I'm fighting with this piece of infusible ink sheet and trying not to touch the image. And then you have this mug, or this heat press pad, because it's hot when you take it out. So you're all going to see me struggle. And they say that to do it standing up, but I have to start with it on its side. You see me doing it? Because my separation, you want it even on either side of the handle. And it's not looking even already. That's not the easiest thing to wrap, because you want it to be tight around. And the way they're doing it is not looking like it's goes on very straight. Let's see. You want to try to make sure that you have it on there as even as possible, but you also want it as tight as possible so that your image doesn't have a ghost. effect. And it's not as easy as they make it look. So that looks pretty good. Except see, now you have this gap. Now I have to, because it will not go on as smooth as I want it to. So here's where the tape's going to come in. And this is heat transfer tape. That puppy's getting warm. I'm trying to stay in the shot so that you can see I don't get out of shot. I'm using a different camera mount because I can't pause it on my other one. So I have to use the old one, which is not very good, which is why I dropped my camera or my phone. So you're putting it on the edge here, and then you're trying to wrap it over the edge as tight as you can, as smooth as you can, so you're taking away the gap in your image. And it's a pain in the butt. And it just seems to gap out. See, as soon as I go past, it gaps out again. Ugh. So I think these ladies edit out some stuff because it's not as smooth as they make it look. And the heat press is ready, and I'm not. So this is reality of a newbie. But I did watch another video, and I was like, oh, so you can do that too. So I watched a video of somebody doing a water jug or a water bottle. And I was like, oh, so you can do this on that too? I'm hoping this doesn't come out terrible. But it took me forever to weed out the, what they call a negative space. And I say weeding vinyl, so much easier. You're going to go all the way around so that you make sure you get it a tight fit. Which I have a feeling I'm going to end up with some ghosting. I don't want ghosting, especially with this pattern. It will show quite a bit. Frustrating. But here's the realities of when you've not perfected something. I don't care what they say. Using the Cricut is not as easy as they say. And I definitely figured out the template better because there's a template on there, but you got to go on a wild goose chase. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the other table because I can't stand that it's shaking, and I hope that it doesn't look as bad as it looks when I see it bouncing around. Okay, so you got to do the bottom as well so that you don't get ghosting on the bottom, which is, they call it ghosting, but it looks like a fading. It looks like your ink smudged, and once it's on there, it's on there. It's permanent. So there's no way of fixing it once it's heated. And the hard part is you really can't tell until it's done. So you're out of luck if you don't do it well. And this is frustrating because you don't want to waste any of your materials. See, and that one looks like it's already bubbled. I'm getting a bubble as I go along. So hopefully it doesn't look as bad as I think it's going to. I'm already frustrated and I'm not even done. I don't even know what it's going to look like in the end. And I'm doing the negative Nelly. Just because I don't want to. Well, my mugs look like crap. You know? The effort you put in, you want it to look nice in the end. So, hopefully, I'm not just being a negative Nelly or a realist at the same time. So, I want to make sure I cover this spot so I can actually see the edge when I put it in. Because it's hard to see where the edge of your image is. Okay, I'm still in shot. So if I have the purple edge, I can see. Crap, that looks crooked. That looks super crooked. Why does that side look crooked and the other side don't? That side looks straight. This one looks like it's going off to the side. And I would have taken all that tape off to make that look straight, but I don't understand why it's crooked to begin with. This is the realities. In my description of my channel, you get fails and all. So this is what you're seeing, fails and all. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I can, that the space between here and this line looks like it's going off to the side. It does not look straight to me. It looks like it's shifted like that. This goes up and this one's down. So you're going to get fails and all. And I'm annoyed because I have to fix it and waste all this heat transfer, this heat tape, which I don't think is cheap. Probably better I don't know it's cheap. It's not cheap, what price it is. Because then I'll be even more upset. So if I don't know how much it costs, I'll stick with the ignorance is bliss. Because then I won't want to fix it if the tape's expensive. Which I have a feeling it is. And I probably should have waited until tomorrow to do this. After I get some more sleep. Alright, now that I just peeled that all off, see if I can fix this. So, you can't. Gosh, it's slippery as all hell, too. That looks crooked. Yep, overhanging on the bottom. This backing's not going to be sticky anymore when I get done. Why do they say do it like that? Because I can't even see if it's on there straight. It's hard to come around it. That still looks crooked. Am I tired and that's why it looks crooked? I don't know. Let's try this again. Hopefully you're still in shot. So, let's see if we're in shot. That looks like it's hanging over. Looks better, but then I don't know if it's kept. Nope, that looks a little crooked too. And that's up too high. Good Lord. Yeah, you really seeing all the bloopers. And oh, frustrating. Wow. Yeah, you're seeing me get really ticked off right now. It's not feeling like it's sticking where there's no paper. Which it should stick to the mug because that helps. Is this roll paper crooked? Okay, now that my hands hurt from fighting with it. So who says just go for it? Because I'm probably being ridiculous, overly trying to make it perfect when it's not going to be bad to begin with. So let's see. Try this one again. I was going to pause it, but I did say you were going to see all of the realities that happens when you craft. Because a lot of times people edit it out. And then they're like, and then people are like, oh, I can't do that because they made it look so easy. Well, in reality, it knocks people's confidence down because they think, I can't do that. Because they have not shown all the things that can go wrong. And I'm not saying everybody does that. Some people are just skilled where it doesn't take a lot of frustration. Some people just have it like that. I'm not like that. I make mistakes. I don't do anything perfect. I don't do anything that looks super easy either. And it's not as if I'm new at crafting, because I'm not. Oh, you're shutting off. Nobody asked you to shut off. And I'll have to turn that back on. See, the videos I watched of the ladies doing it, they were like reels. So if they had any fails, they sure didn't show them. And granted, most channels are to teach people. I understand that. But you need to also show people that not everything goes smooth. I mean, in reality, that's part of crafting. Not everything goes smooth. Not everything goes to plan. So, especially if somebody's new and they've never tried something, and granted, it teaches somebody how to do it, but then you're also not teaching the things that can go wrong. So when somebody goes to do it and they're coming across problems, they think it's them when it could be the project itself or the tools, something that is not being shown. So I wish more people would show the fails. I know one young lady that when she crafts, she will share her fails. Not all the time, but I have seen her show the fails, and a lot of people in the comments appreciated that. I just wish more people would be a little honest about what really happens, because it would help people who are new to things. So hopefully this doesn't look terrible. If it does, then you all get to see what happens. Okay, so am I in shot? Okay, yeah. This, you get, okay, first off, you gotta lift because it opens that hole for your cup. I didn't tape on the sides, did I, to show me so I can see the lines better. The edge, because I did a small ripped edge. I decided to pick a different edge to it so that my edges would be different. And I didn't realize there was that many. There's more edges to choose from. I was quite surprised when I stumbled across that, because the people that I saw only showed a few edges. I think it was like 4 or 5 edges. And I didn't realize there was more edges in the setup. Okay, start picking the right direction. Trying to peel the tape on the wrong direction. Helpful, right? Okay. So now, with the purple, goodness. Yeah, this was probably a bad idea for me to do this today, because I struggled, but I don't think I struggled this much on the other 2 cups. And it was definitely an interesting work week. I don't know if the purple strips are making me think I put it on crooked. Okay, so you have to make sure that your edge of your image is within this edge there. You see, this will close down, and you got to make sure that your edges of your image are within the opening here, where you don't want to touch this inside. This green edge here and this green edge here, that's where the heat ends. So you need to make sure that your handle's in there so that both sides are on that heating plate in there. And then once you go through all the 5 lights, it'll be ready. And then you gotta let it cool. So it takes about 10 minutes or so to cool. So I'm good chance I'm gonna hit pause so you don't have to hear me babble while it cools down. But I did have an interesting work week. I did 2 12s and a 13-hour shift. First couple of nights, 2 12s. my least favorite night so far. Last night was pretty good, even though it was a 13-hour shift. I worked with somebody that I enjoyed spending time with. She was a very nice woman, and we chatted and did our job, what we were supposed to do, and then we chatted in between, and it was very welcoming. Um, Learned quite a few things from her, which was nice. So next Thursday, or this week coming up, I will be by myself. So I am hoping that I do well. Because there's a lot of documentation with this job. Kind of excessive, but that's what they want. So that's what we have to do. Um, I don't know. It's totally different from my last job, which working that job will help me with this one, but then a lot of it won't. So it's kind of been interesting. I definitely know that this year has got to be better than last year. Uh, I'm praying that this year goes better. And I think that this company will be better. The last one? I stayed at that company way too long. Because that one was all about the money. So, and they made it crystal clear to me that it was about the money. So I had to go find money somewhere else. Because they did me wrong so many times. So, this is taking a little bit longer than I remember. So I'm going to hit pause. And then once it's cooled, we'll do the reveal. Alright, I'm back. It's cooled. So now I can peel all this tape off and show you the final design. And we will see together how it turned out. Hopefully good. Or I'm gonna have a crazy cup in my cabinet. Goodness. Let go, tape. Are we ready? There's the ridged edge. And the coffee cup. Didn't come out too bad. See some issues right there. Makes that really hard not to get ghosting on the edge. But I think overall it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. Just a little bit right there. That side came out pretty good. A little bit of ghosting right there. And so it looked like I had it on just a tiny bit crooked and sorry. A little bit over the edge there. And it's like that. Overall, I think it came out pretty good. So I'm loving the press. It's just I'm looking for perfection. But I think the ripped edge came out pretty cool too. No ghosting. It does look a little crooked though. Not completely straight. I think the cup is crooked actually. I think the handle's crooked. The handle is crooked. Are you kidding me? That's why my edge was crooked, because I was going based off of the handle, and the handle is a little off too, because when I hold it straight, I can see the edge here. And I can see the edge here, whereas if it was, and this this part looks like it's turned to the right a little bit. So therefore, that's what I was basing it off of, lining it up with. So it ends up looking crooked, which, I mean, it is because the handle's crooked. That's what I was lining it up with. So there's what all of the ink came off and went onto the cup. So there it is. And here I was sitting there looking for perfection, but Cricut didn't make a perfect cup either. Oh, I need to let go of that perfection mentality. So there's my cup. Hope you enjoyed it. Fails and all. And I will catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.